Hey guys, it's your girl Tabitha Santana, and welcome to my channel. So today I have someone that's near and dear to my heart, and he is my husband, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, my name is Steven Santana, and today we're going to talk about a little bit of our story and how we first met and started dating, not knowing or seeing each other, but becoming to where we are right now. We met around 2010, was it?
2010.
And started talking for about a month or two, and eventually it became a date. After that, we started dating at Dunkin' Donuts. No, it was actually, I called her that night because I told her that it was something very important that I had to talk to her about, and I was so nervous, but...
Oh, can I just chime in on that? So he told me, mind you, I'm in high school, and this is before school, I believe. Yes, this is before school, early in the morning. He tells me he has to talk to me about something that's really important. And so I tried to get a clue, but he did not want to tell me anything. So I went the whole day at school thinking, what in the world does this man have to tell me? And finally, we link up and we go to Dunkin' Donuts. It's freezing cold outside, so we go to Dunkin' Donuts. He says he needs to drink a tea. So we get tea, and we're sitting down, and it's just quiet. It's just quiet at the table. And I'm like, okay, so what do we need to talk about? And he goes, hold on, why are you rushing things? Long story short, that whole day, he didn't tell me anything. I went home, and I was like, what in the world? So he ended up asking me out over the phone.
Yeah. All that. And I ended up calling her that night, which we started dating on the 8th of January, but it was really the 7th that I was going to ask her out, but I just couldn't get the courage to really ask her. I was really shaking in my boots. That's just to be honest. But God has a purpose, and He really has brought us together and gave us a lot of time and blessed us to become where we are right now. So we're here to talk about purpose in dating, or dating and purpose. And it's a really interesting topic that we've come up with to really talk about the details of not just dating without purpose, but understanding that there's always purpose in everything that we do, and not to be afraid of diving into new areas where you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes we feel very uncomfortable in these little situations because of the fact that it's a gray area or unknown area. But think of it almost like your first interview, or your first job, or first riding a bike. You're always afraid to do that because you're afraid of failing. But God did not give us the spirit of fear, and He always created us to succeed. So we're here to really piggyback on that and give you really insight about purpose of dating.
But before you even, just for the single people, sometimes you're trying to figure out, is it even in God's purpose for me to be dating? And one of the first things that you should do if you encounter someone that you have some sort of interest in, if your faith is important, you want to make sure that his faith aligns, or you can be a blessing and he's willing to receive all that you know in your spiritual life and grow from there. But there are scenarios where people have met and they don't believe in God. Like when we first met, we said we believed in God, but we didn't serve God. And
I know, right? Do you remember that time where we would read the Bible and we just sit in bed and pretend not pretend, but we read it. We didn't
understand a single word.
All right, let's read the Bible. And just
we grabbed the King James version, and we tried our hardest to read it because we said we believed in God, and we're reading it and we're like, oh, that's deep, but we really didn't get deep into it. But God knew our heart, our hearts, and here we are today serving Him. So definitely it's in God's will. But again, for the single people, definitely pray to see what God has for you, or just to give you comfort in the situation that you're in. Because sometimes God has something greater for you than just dating someone. I mean, there's times where you might feel lonely, but God surrounds you with other people that fills that void. I was reading recently that God always, and actually we've talked about this too, God puts two people together in this world to get through any trials or tribulations that you go through, because that's still part of life. Just because you serve God, or even if you don't serve God, there's going to be scenarios where you're going to feel discouraged. There's going to be times where you want to give up or you're struggling, but you always have that one person, whether it's your mother, your dad, your best friend, your companion, to just be there and help you and give you positive words to keep moving forward. And so I was reading about that, and I know that God definitely placed this man in my life. He's given him so much wisdom and helped me in so many ways that I can't even tell you guys.
Really?
And I don't give him enough credit for that, but he does. He's awesome. For the single people again, if you find comfort in that, you will see greater things coming in your future, and you probably will end up finding someone in that process, not even looking for them. And then you'll feel confirmation from there, knowing that it's only but God, because you wasn't even looking for that person.
That's right.
And so, anything else you want to add on to that?
Just basically, you pray. That's one of the most important things. You don't know how to pray. Pray is just another word for communication, talking to God. Hey, how you doing? Just be real, be honest, be raw. Don't be afraid to come to God with your imperfections, to come to God without really understanding, who he is or what he is. Just, God, I need you. God, help me. I don't understand. Help me understand. You know what I mean? I'm perfect. I mess up. And just come to God like that. And that's where God will really move, will really speak to you, really show you and give you insight of what you need to do. Because I remember when we first got married, or before we got married, before I married her, I had to ask God. I said, Lord, make sure that this is my wife. If this is my wife, I would pray that you just give me some type of revelation, give me some type of hint that this is going to be my wife. And he did. He gave me confirmation, and that's the only way that your marriage is going to be successful, or dating is going to be successful. That's the only way, because that's God's daughter. So I had to ask the father of the daughter for permission, and that's the only way. He gave me permission. So after that, it's a wrap.
So for our married folks, dating with purpose. Just because you're married does not stop you from dating, and you don't want to settle. And I feel like in today's day and age, a lot of people look down upon marriage and give up very easily. But as I said before, nothing in this life comes easy. And even in your marriage, there are going to be moments where you feel like giving up. To go back to those dating methods of surprising your partner and going out on dates. You should definitely go out on dates. If you have a child, try to find a babysitter, even if it's once a month, just to have one-on-one time. Keep focusing on your marriage, because it's important. It's really important to keep moving forward. It's important to date your partner. We do it all the time. We go on dates, and sometimes we don't have a babysitter, and we bring our little one with us. But it's good just to get out and just work on your family.
God always has a purpose for all of us. Whether it's being single, whether it's dating, hopefully getting married one day. We know that God has a purpose for everyone, and that purpose is always better. So just continue to stay prayerful, stay connected, and that's all.
Be positive.
Be positive.
Yes, be positive. Very
Always
important.
have each other's back.
Okay, well, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I have so much more awesome things in store. So hang out with me, hang out with us. This won't be the first time. I mean, this won't be the last time. This won't be the last time you see my husband. We're going to have some fun. So please support me and stay tuned. I want to be able to be a blessing to all of you guys. And until next time, bye guys.